Many people want to start poultry farming, but they keep planning and waiting. I know this because I was once in that same position. At that time, I already had the knowledge to start poultry farming. I had learned enough. The only thing holding me back was money. I believed that once I saved enough money, everything would be easier and smoother. Looking back now, I realized that waiting did not move me forward. It only kept me in one place. I thought I needed more capital, better housing, and a more proper setup before I could begin. That belief delayed me more than any real challenge. One day, I decided to stop waiting and start with what I had at that moment. I didn't have a proper chicken house, so I began raising my birds in a simple grass-thatched house. For those of you who have been following this channel from the beginning, you've seen how it all started. And if you missed it, you can always check my earlier videos to see exactly how I began. I started with 100 birds. Very quickly, reality taught me an important lesson. I could not afford enough feed to raise all 100 birds to maturity. Instead of forcing things and losing everything, I made a practical decision. I sold 50 of the birds early. They were Sasso. I kept the remaining birds and managed them using free range and sometimes semi-free range to reduce feeding pressure. Starting exposes reality. It forces you to think, adjust, and make decisions. Poultry farming is not about doing everything perfectly from day one. It is about working with what you have and improving as you go. If I had continued waiting for the right time or enough money, I would not have gained the experience that later helped me grow. Starting, even in a simple and imperfect way, moved me from thinking into action. And that single step became the foundation for everything that followed. Starting small sounds easy when people talk about it, but in reality, it demands a lot of discipline. When I started with little, I quickly understood that poultry farming would not immediately solve my personal financial needs. In fact, starting small means you must be ready to make sacrifices. One of the biggest lessons I learned is that when you start small, poultry money is not personal money. If you take money out of the project for family upkeep, personal expenses, or other plans, the farm will struggle. I had to accept that all the revenue and any profit from poultry must go back into the poultry business. That money was no longer available for other things. This is one reason many people fail when they start small. They expect poultry to give them income for daily life immediately, but when the scale is still small, that expectation can kill the business. If you start small with the mindset of using poultry money for other things, you will not grow. You must force yourself to think as if that money does not exist for personal use. If you have other sources of income, adding some money to your poultry project can help speed up expansion, and that's an advantage. However, this doesn't mean poultry cannot grow using only its own capital. It absolutely can. Growth may be slower, but with discipline and patience, you can still build a successful farm even without extra funds. Starting small also means accepting that profit may be small or sometimes not there at all, especially in the early stages. This is not failure. It is part of learning. What matters is that you are building systems, habits, and experience. These are things that will later allow you to handle bigger numbers without stress. Planning is good, but planning without action hides these realities. Starting exposes them. And once you understand these realities early, you are better prepared to build something stable instead of something that collapses under pressure. One thing I did not realize when I started poultry farming is how much simply starting can open doors. When I began with my small setup, I faced challenges I had never expected. One of the biggest was figuring out how much feed to give my birds at different stages. There was no ready answer and no guide that fit my exact situation. To solve this problem, I started researching and experimenting. I explored every possible way, and eventually I created a feed calculator using Microsoft Excel. Before starting, I had no knowledge of making something like that. I didn't even know how to use Excel properly, but the challenge forced me to learn. I had to understand feed composition, quantities, growth rates, and how to apply all of that in Excel. In the process, I developed skills I never imagined I could have. Because of this experience, I was able to create multiple toolkits that solve many of the challenges beginner poultry farmers face. These tools allow them to start without having to figure everything out from scratch like I did. Today, thousands of people are using them. They make day-to-day farm work much easier for me as well. Some of these tools have paid versions which generate income, but I always make two versions. One free for anyone to access and one premium, so everyone can benefit. Starting small pushed me into areas I would never have explored if I had kept waiting. Poultry became the starting point for learning other skills, improving my problem solving, and thinking in ways that benefit my business and life beyond farming. The more I learned, the more I realized that one small start can grow into multiple opportunities. This is why starting is so powerful. It does not just give you birds or eggs to sell. It forces you to think, adapt, and create solutions. It opens doors to learning new skills, discovering other income opportunities, and building something bigger than what you initially imagined. Poultry farming became the foundation, the starting point that allowed me to explore, innovate, and expand in ways I could never have planned from the beginning. When I started, one of the first things I learned is that the house matters a lot. Your chicken house does not need to be expensive or beautiful. What matters is that it is strong enough to protect your birds from rain, wild animals, and thieves. It should be well ventilated and big enough for the number of birds you have. The goal is to focus on fundamentals, not decoration. A good house ensures your birds grow healthy and survive to maturity, which is the foundation of any profit. Feed is another area where careful planning makes a huge difference, as it usually takes the largest portion of expenses in poultry farming. Right now, I make my own feed using available materials because it is the most cost-effective option I've found so far. If you cannot make your own feed, you can use commercial concentrates, even though they can be expensive. However, there are ways to reduce costs. For example, buying carbohydrate sources like maize cheaply and combining them with concentrates can lower your total feed cost while maintaining quality. Since carbohydrate sources make up the largest portion of a complete feed, buying them at a lower price can significantly reduce overall expenses. Managing feed properly helps beginners save money and increase profit, which can then be reinvested into the farm for gradual growth. Starting small also forces you to focus on maximizing profit without compromising the health and well-being of your birds. Every decision, from the design of the house to how you feed your birds, teaches you valuable lessons that will guide your farm as it grows. Even now, poultry continues to push me to learn more skills. Each challenge inspires me to find solutions and discover new ways of doing things. I am constantly learning, and I know this knowledge will allow me to diversify my sources of income in the future, even beyond poultry. Poultry is the starting point, but the skills it teaches me are opening doors to opportunities I had never imagined. Starting small, being disciplined, focusing on fundamentals, and learning from every challenge is what allowed me to build my farm and expand it step by step. Once you have gone through a few cycles of starting small, the next step is growth. Expansion does not happen overnight, and it does not require huge capital from the start. The most important thing is to reinvest the profit you earn. When I started, all revenue from my birds went straight back into the farm. I did not take any money out for personal use. This discipline allowed me to gradually build a proper chicken house that could hold 150 birds up to maturity. From there, I continued expanding step by step, and today, at the time I'm posting this video, I have about 300 layers. Growing your farm slowly has many advantages. Mistakes are smaller, manageable, and teach you valuable lessons. You learn which birds grow better, how to manage feeding efficiently, and how to maintain health and hygiene in the farm. You also learn how to market your birds and build relationships with customers. These lessons cannot be learned by planning alone. You gain them by doing. If you are starting today, remember this: perfection is not the goal. Action is. Start with what you have, focus on the fundamentals, reinvest all profit, and be patient. Discipline, learning, and consistency are your most powerful tools. The small decisions you make today about your housing, feeding, and care will compound over time and allow you to build a poultry farm that is sustainable, profitable, and capable of growing into many more opportunities. When I started, I didn't have a proper guide, and I failed to feed my very first 100 chickens all the way to maturity. To help you avoid that same mistake, watch the next video on your screen right now. It will show you exactly how to start the right way. You can also visit my online store to download toolkits that are especially helpful for beginners using the link in the description. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos coming soon.